discuss what is the difference between C versus Java. The major difference between C versus Java is in C you have a structured language. The structured language will itself declares that whenever you take a program, it divided into a various modules. Each module can be written separately and together it forms a separate single C program. Whereas the Java is an object-oriented language. Why we call it as an object-oriented language is it will resolve a real-time problem into a direct problem. Then the second advantage is Java is platform independent, whereas other programs like C and C++ are platform dependent. So what is platform dependent and what is platform independent? But we need to explain why it is a platform independent, right? So because Java is a platform independent because of its bytecode. When Java source code is compiled successfully, it will generate an intermediate code which is known as bytecode. Its intermediate code itself is an independent intermediate language. No human being can able to read no other applications. No one can able to read it except Java interpreter, except Java runtime environment. No other can able to read the Java bytecode. So this bytecode can be executed in any operating system. That is why a Java is platform independent. It is a secure programming language because of its bytecode verifier. In C, we use pointers. The reason why using the pointers is the pointers itself is a variable that stores a memory address. The purpose of the storing the memory address is it is used for the reference as an object creations, right? Whereas the Java it won't supports. So what is an alternative, right? You have a question. The references will be used. So the reason why the JVM will take care of creating and releasing the memory of objects. In Java, the memory allocate basically occurs in the heap segments. The memory deallocation happens by means of certain techniques called as garbage collection. So I will explain what we mean by garbage collections even because the C program in C in C programmer is responsible for both creation and destruction of objects. In Java, the JVM will take care of creating objects for the garbage collection because the garbage collection is nothing but removing the objects, right? The JVM will handles it. The garbage collector finds the unused objects and deletes them to free up your memory, right? In C, the program is compiled but not interpreted. In Java, it is compiled as well as interpreted. You will get a doubt. So what is compiled and what is interpreted, right? I will explain in detail. The compile is nothing but the language will translate into a machine language. Is nothing but assembly code, right? Which can be easily translated into a machine instructions. So this is what a compiler is. When it comes to the interpreter, you will give a language, it will generate it and automatically interpret it. It's nothing but a JVM is interpreting in the Java and then converting into the machine code. It is nothing but two-step verification. It's like a Java converts into the bytecode and the bytecode will converts into the JVM. This process is taking time, right? So because of its security purpose, Java uses a two-step verification process, nothing but two-step runtime process, right? So C runs only one thread by default, which means the code only run only one instruction at a time. But whereas Java will run multiple threads. The multiple threads is nothing but in the same class you can create a multiple objects. In all the multiple objects can be parallelly executed. So because of these multiple threaded concepts, Java has been used in many other programming languages also because of its platform independent nature. Because of multi-threaded feature, our Android OS has been initially developed, and even our all the Android app has been easily developed with the Java programming language. Fine. Now coming to the advantages, real-time advantages of Java programming language is we are using in many computer games. So Java is most preferable language to develop any kind of games because games consist of similar objects, right? So when you're playing a PUBG or a car race, even in similar games, right? So you need a car race. So many similar cars need to be run at a similar time, right? Supposed to be developed. If you're taking any fight games, a similar type of soldiers or similar type of vehicles needs to be created, right? So these are some few applications which are run by Java using the multi-threaded. I would also attach a few links for your more understanding to know what are the differences between C and Java. That's all from my side, guys. If you learn something valuable, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more interview updates.